This example is very similar to the first one, but rather than using a double angle identity, I'm using a half angle identity. I still want to draw a triangle. This time it says it's in quadrant 4. So my angle alpha actually goes all the way around. I'm just going to use my reference angle here on the inside. Sine, -4, 5. Pythagorean theorem tells me that's 3. And I know that the cosine of alpha is 3/5. Now, for the half angle, cosine of alpha over 2, it's plus or minus square root cosine alpha plus 1 all over 2. That is my identity. I substitute out the alpha, or the cosine of alpha, and I plug in what the cosine of alpha is. It's 3/5. Now I'm going to go through and simplify all of this stuff on the inside. 3/5 plus 1 is 8/5. Then I'm going to take half of that. I'm going ahead and multiplying by the reciprocal at the same time. So I have plus or minus root 4 over 5, which is plus or minus 2 over root 5. A case like this, I would ask for you to rationalize. This one's pretty straightforward. So it's 2 root 5 over 5. What we have to do is we have to decide, is this positive or is this negative? It's not both, it's one or the other. And we do that by looking back up here. I like to look at my picture. I know this is 3 pi over 2. I know this is 2 pi. But that's for alpha. Alpha is between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. Just like this. I could write it that way. And that's great, but I don't care about alpha right now because I'm not working with alpha at the moment. I'm finding the cosine of alpha over 2. So I need to figure out where alpha over 2 is. I took alpha, I divided it by 2. I'm going to do the same thing to the ends. I took this and took half of it. I'm going to take half of these. That gives me 3 pi over 4. And that gives me pi. And what I need to think about is in my quadrants or on my unit circle, 3 pi over 4 is right here. Pi is right here. So this is saying my half alpha falls somewhere in between here. I don't know where exactly. I don't really care where. I just want to know that, oh, that's in the second quadrant. And cosine is negative in the second quadrant. So I have to go through, figure out which quadrant alpha over 2 is in, and use that to help me determine whether it's a positive or a negative. Shouldn't have both. It's either positive or it's negative. You do that by using this to figure out which quadrant it's in.